I caught the Eurostar over from Amsterdam and was just finishing up Rousseau's Confessions, and let me tell you, this guy's a real bit of an ass. I have just checked into my hostel. I am back in Paris, the only place I have been to before that I am visiting on this trip. And the first thing I'm going to do is to go get a Mont Blanc pastry. They're the best thing ever. My favourite place that makes them is like a kilometre away. So that's where we're going. It was just as good as I remembered. I then went out for dinner with one of the girls in my dorm and we went to bouillon pigalle, which has some of the best priced foods in Paris, although it is very crowded to say the least. We tried onion soup and escargot. I got some pasta for my main and then a chocolate profiterole for dessert, and I actually have to say that I think the starters were the best part of the meal. The next morning I took the metro over to the 5th and went to Shakespeare & Co and the Luxembourg Gardens before it started to rain. I avoided the worst of the weather by stopping in at the coffee where I spent some time journaling, hoping the weather would clear. However, it didn't look like the grey skies were going to go away anytime soon. I ended up walking to one of the cemeteries and it was honestly a very fitting scenario for the place. After I had visited the graves I wanted to, aka Chopin, Méliès, Oscar Wilde, etc., I went to Bouillon Cafe to get some duck confit for dinner, which was insanely good. The next morning, the weather had cleared a little, so I headed towards Galeries Lafayette on Haussmann Boulevard, where I brought myself a pair of Jonak boots and also found a gorgeous skirt in the second-hand section. I then headed over to the Le Marais and got a dress at one of my favourite stores in Paris and other stories, before ticking off the classic Parisian things, walking past the Louvre, reading at the Tuileries. And then I did something very not French. I went to Pepe's Pizza for dinner, and I know it seems weird to have Italian in Paris, but it had really good reviews and I'd really been craving a pizza, and I also got some tiramisu, which was fantastic, and I definitely recommend this place. After sleeping in the next morning, I went back to Bowman and got the duck confit again before I caught the train over to Brussels, which I'll be exploring next week. Even though I found Paris was a bit different to a couple of years ago, I was still completely charmed by the city and am still in love with it. Paris is definitely either a love-hate place for a lot of people, but to me, I find it very inspiring and beautiful. Thank you for watching, and toodles!